It's a Saturday morning here in Essex, and we're going to be heading out to work today for a little smash and grab. But firstly, on a Saturday, I need to take the kids football. So join me whilst I'll take them there, and then we'll be heading out for hopefully a busy shift on a Saturday, minus the demonstrations, of course, because they can be quite a hindrance. But yeah, come with me, and we'll see how the day goes as a life of a London cabbie. Where do you want to go?
Go football.
Oh, okay, should we go football then?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Let's go. Carmela, are we ready for football?
Yeah.
Good.
Can't do it.
Cool. Right, you two sit on the back seats. Right, guys, we all ready for football?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Gonna watch Austin and Cleo play football. Yeah, we're gonna be the mascots. Woo! Whoa! Right, so we're just outside. This is Coach Siv here to my left, and we've just been to one of his classes, and I highly recommend his school, which runs on a Saturday and Sunday, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep, fantastic. And how long have you been doing this for?
12 years now.
12 years, so he knows what he's doing.
A little bit.
Yeah, highly recommend you go and see Soccer Days, and you can see him on the website as well. Right, we're back home from football, and it's time for me to go to work. See you later, kids.
Bye.
See you later, kids.
Yes.
Don't be too excited. I'll tell you one thing, guys. It's a cold one today. And one thing I've actually forgot is to, which is the most important thing before you set off for a journey, or a taxi shift, I should say, is make sure the back is clean. And where my kids have just been in it from football, it's an absolute mess. So let's get the back wiped down, and we'll sort that in a second. All right, come with me, guys, while we get the cleaning products and sort out the back before we leave. Right, as you can see, it's yeah, a little bit of a state. This is one thing you need to do, make sure you do before each shift and throughout the day, really, because it does get grubby throughout the day. But one thing, word of advice as well, guys, if you do end up buying a taxi, the best floor to get is vinyl, not carpet, and also leather seats. It literally wipes down within 5 seconds. And there you go, guys, there's the finishing touch, all ready to go. That's brand new. Looks like I've just bought it out of the showroom, and there you go, it's all ready to go to pick up customers. Morning, everyone, and it's great to have you all back. And sorry I've been away for a little while. It's been a bit manic, to be honest. I think the last time I saw you was in November, late October time, and yeah, I was looking forward to Christmas, and everything was going all according to plan. And then this happened. Basically, I was on my way into work one morning. I was actually going to be doing a tour of London that morning. And as I was going in, there was quite a lot of heavy rain that morning. And as we was going through a particular street known as, well, I won't mention it, but was going through a particular street. There was quite a bit of flood water. The traffic was going about 1 mile per hour, and as I'm driving through, my taxi, I should say, then starts to sink into the road. And I thought, what the hell is going on here? All of a sudden, I'm pressing the accelerator. I'm completely stuck in this hole, and my vehicle is starting to be immersed in water. So I'm kind of panicking a little bit, thinking, what the hell is going to happen next? I've managed to get out the taxi, and the water's still rising. So I've quickly rang the police and the fire brigade, and massive credit to them how quickly they came out. It was really very quick indeed. As they came out, the police officer said to the fire brigade that, don't worry, I will pull you out the hole. They used a rope attached to their vehicle. As they attached the actual vehicle, they then proceeded to pull my taxi out the vehicle. Now, the policeman said to me, if you sit in the taxi and just put in neutral, we'll pull you out. And as he started to pull me out, for some reason my vehicle starts veering off to the left and then hits a parked car. Honestly, you couldn't make it up. And so what happened at that point was the neighbour whose car was parked there came out of the house, obviously not very happy, and then we exchanged insurance details, and it's been going on since then. But I won't go too much in terms of the legal side, but that's the kind of start I had to December. So usually when it hits the 1st of December, I'm really all Christmassy, get my Christmas tree up, continuous Christmas music. And when that happened, it was around near the 1st of December, it just completely threw me out, because I knew that day I lost quite a bit of money not doing my tour. And also just all the stress of going through the insurance and getting the vehicle fixed. That's just more and more time that I needed to have in order to see myself through the month of December. So what has happened since? Well, thankfully, we have a fantastic garage, which is probably about half an hour from where I live. It's known as E1. I'll post their website below. They managed to fix the cracked light, the brake light at the back, and also a few weeks later they had to do some body work. Of course, all gone through the insurance. Now, during that time when they had my vehicle, they gave me this vehicle, which I was I've always been a person that's only liked black cabs. I'm not really one for the white cabs, but don't get me wrong, they look absolutely beautiful, but it's just, you either like one or the other, basically. You'll know exactly what I mean when, especially with knowledge students that are waiting to pass out. But it was a great vehicle, actually. The only downside of it was a cheaper version of the LEVC electric taxi. And what I mean by that is that it did not have a sunroof, which is a must, really, especially if doing tour guiding. The customers absolutely love it because it gives the customers a different kind of view of London, which they've probably not seen before by just looking up. Also, which was a little bit worrying, was when I put it in reverse. Usually you have a fantastic HD camera and it's wide angled as well, which you can see anything coming from the left and right, and also behind you, especially when you're parking. Now, the windows at the back are not particularly big at the back, but this cheaper version of the London electric vehicle taxi didn't have no camera, and I felt like the day that referees were given VAR, and then all of a sudden for a cup game it would be taken away from them. That's how I felt. But yeah, I managed to not crash it. And so yeah, we got our taxi back about 24 hours later. But big thanks to E1 Taxis. It was a really good quality taxi. and we're back on the road. Also in the month of December, I got some distressing news that one of my close friends, he has been diagnosed with cancer, which he's going through the radiotherapy of that at the moment. It hasn't been a great couple months, and as I say, but we're back on the road. I have been working throughout since I last spoke to you, but my main aim is to get my money to pay the bills and look after my family, and so that's what I've been doing, just getting my head down really. Now we're in just for about 3 or 4 hours here, and we're just going to see how it goes really. To be honest, I don't think I've done a weekend taxi shift video, and if there was a day I had to choose, either the Saturday or Sunday, I would most definitely choose, without a doubt, Sunday. And the reason for this is Saturday is a bit of always a strange day. One Saturday it'll be like the whole of London will be closed off for protests. It always seems that on a Saturday there's a protest going on throughout the city, which can cause a big headache to customers and of course taxi drivers. So yeah, that's one thing we've got to look out for. You do get sent an email. You can apply TfL or Transport for London, which is the longer name of it. You can apply for their email, and they can they send you an email just with the details of closures this weekend or any protests that are going on. So yeah, it's always good to be prepared. When you receive that email, definitely have a look at that. I think they send it off on a Thursday or Friday. But anyway, we're going to go in for a few hours, see how it goes, and it's what cabbies would call it, a smash and grab. So guys, I just want to talk to you about what the work levels were like in December and also January. Now, we're just coming to the end of January now, and December, totally normal, and January has been totally normal. You've got to take in the circumstances. December will always be busier than January. Certainly there was a Christmas rush. It had a really good feel to it, and as I mentioned earlier, I couldn't really get into the atmosphere of it, but there's always one next year, please God. Now, in terms of what it was like going from December to January, to be honest with you, it sounds like a right Scrooge I'm being today. But I don't really like working Christmas. It's quite a stressful time working as a London taxi driver. The traffic's bad. People are stressed out at that time of year. And, but when it came into the January month, the 1st of January, I felt like a sense of relief, to be honest with you. And the month of January was a little bit worrying the first couple of months because it took a long time for people to get back to work. And for the first couple of weeks, I was getting a little bit worried because, like every self-employed person in this country, the end of January is you have to pay your tax bill by. So just make sure when you become a London taxi driver is you put money away each week, and you haven't got to worry too much about the deadline in the end of January. But thankfully, after a couple weeks in January, people started to come back to work. And good news, guys, the more and more office workers I've been speaking to the last few weeks, they've been ordered by their companies to either come back, or to basically come back 5 days a week. Now, I'm seeing it gradually. On a Monday, it's pretty much getting very close back to normal, in my opinion. Because I do start off in the City of London, as you well know, in the area known as Liverpool Street. And yeah, Friday is still a little bit quiet in terms of rush hour, but people are starting to be ordered to come back, and which is great for us and of course great for the country and our economy. But yeah. Now, another reason why it was probably quite the first couple months of January was the schools going back. This, I think I've mentioned before in a previous video, but it's very key to how busy we are. Whenever it's usually half term, you do see a little bit of a drop off in work. So sometimes that's why cabbies is a good idea to go away. And I know a lot of cabbies will go away for a couple months over the month of January, February and March. This is the time that London Cabbie is called kipper season, because, well, you could probably guess why. But so we're going in on our usual route. I did check the traffic before I left. The A12 looked clear, so it's a good route in. As you probably know, that I usually come in through this route from my previous videos. And the reason for this is because you get quite a lot of app work coming through this particular area. Once I go through this part, if I get no luck, I start heading towards the city. Now, I'm not expecting fireworks. I'll quickly go past Liverpool Street Station. If there isn't many taxis, I will plot up there. If not, I'll start going more to the West End. Places like Charing Cross Station is quite a good station to use. But yeah, that's the tactic today. And yeah, just hope for the best. Okay, so we're going in on our usual route. I did check the traffic before I left. The A12 looked clear, so it's a good route in. As you probably know, that I usually come in through this route from my previous videos. And the reason for this is because you get quite a lot of app work coming through this particular area. Once I go through this part, if I get no luck, I start heading towards the city. Now, I'm not expecting fireworks. I'll quickly go past Liverpool Street Station. If there isn't many taxis, I will plot up there. If not, I'll start going more to the West End. Places like Charing Cross Station is quite a good station to use. But yeah, that's the tactic today. And yeah, just hope for the best. Not too bad, not too bad. I'm just on my way in actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Do you know what I'm in the middle of at the moment?
Go on.
I'm in the middle of doing a taxi shift video.
Are you really?
Yeah, and but
That's all right.
yeah, how you doing anyway?
Yeah, good mate.
Yeah.
What can I do for you?
So everyone, this is Jamie the Cabbie. So if you look up his YouTube, Jamie the Cabbie, he does fantastic YouTube videos, and he's also a fellow tour guide as well and taxi driver. He's a great man, and I highly recommend you follow him. So guys, that was a bit of a surprise going down Bethnal Green Road there, and then all of a sudden a man and his daughter put up their hand. I wasn't even recording at the time, and it was yeah, quite surprised me really, just jumped out of nowhere. But yeah, the gentleman that I was speaking to on the phone, Jamie, or Jamie the Cabbie as he's known as, top guy. And yeah, as I say, check out his website, his YouTube, Jamie the Cabbie, and does fantastic cabbie content on there. And he's a great ambassador of the trade as well. He's been around for a while, and yeah, I used to listen to his radio show. It's called Cab Chat Radio, and I think he still goes every now and then, but he don't do it as much anymore. But he used to have Sean Paul Day, the Gentleman Cabbie on there. Honestly, learning the knowledge and listening to that was so encouraging. It was yeah, great bunch they were, and yeah, no, it was nice catching up with him. But anyway, so just dropped off at the Barbican. In 2 miles now, because if I go west, I'm about 10 minutes away from the West End. If I go east, I'm about 10 minutes from Liverpool Street. But I'll tell you what we'll do, just for a bit of enjoyment for you guys, we'll drive round and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so yeah, that didn't go too bad. £13.80, and yeah, I'd say probably the busiest of apps are probably on free now, but unfortunately they charge a 17% commission. But I guess you get what you pay for, I guess. It's hard to manage it, but if a job's near you, I'd say use the app for your advantage, otherwise you'll only be driving around empty. So yeah, just dropped them off of Dalston Lane there, and we're going to be heading back into the city. Just going to be going along Queensbridge Road now, and then heading taking a right onto Hackney Road. But of course, if we get another app job that works to our advantage, we will certainly take it. And as I say, today's a bit of a different shift, so I'm kind of taking, I mean, that kind of job that I just received on the app, I wouldn't usually drive 8 minutes to get to. That particular job wasn't working to my advantage. It was going eastwards, which I didn't want to go. I wanted to go more westwards, so more central. But the reason I took it, because as I say, I'm only out here for 2 or 3 hours, so I just want to grab what I can, because you never know when the next job is going to come. And when you're doing smash and grab, you just, yeah, as I say, smash and grab what you can. But yeah, we're going to look for our next job now. Alright guys, so as you probably saw, I've driven through Hackney. I've also just got a job offer. Let's have a look, see where this has gone. Yeah, so that was a job from Middlesex Street. I'm not really too sure where it was going to, but it was literally about probably about a 30-second drive. So I'm not really gonna deal with that one. But yeah, we're gonna start heading westwards now. Just driving through the city at the moment. Of course, if we come across anything and pick up, we'll go wherever it takes us. I'm also going to now check on our update system, which is on the app known as Telegram. It's like Telegram is basically an app similar to WhatsApp, and with this app there's roughly about 900 taxi drivers on it, and we can actually update each other on work information, any road closures, and of course protests, because that's the main reason why I'm checking it, because the more west we go, the more likely we're going to encounter protests, because we're heading in the west is where government is, and obviously you have a lot of protests against government. Now, it does get to certain parts of your day when you're doing a taxi shift, and it's where you just lose all concentration. You can't even think about what your next customer you're going to pick up. And this is just because when you need to go to the toilet, you need to go. And that's exactly what I'm about to do now. We're just at Lincoln's Inn Field, which is London's largest square, and it's also known as an Inns of Court, and this is a place where barristers, lawyers and its students will practice in and study in. And Lincoln's Inn Field is the oldest inn in London, dating back from 1422, and yeah, so we're just going to quickly go to the toilet, and we'll get going for the rest of our shift. So yes guys, so we've all gone now, and yeah, we're going to crack on. I'm going to head towards the Marylebone area, around Marylebone High Street, Oxford Street. Of course, as you would expect, to be quite busy, especially on a Saturday afternoon. We're going to head in that direction because just looking at that update report that we was looking at when we was back in the city, it seems like there's a stand up to racism protests. So that will probably head from Piccadilly through Trafalgar Square and all the way to Whitehall, where government buildings are, and of course Downing Street. So yes, we will try and keep away from there as much as possible, and yeah, we'll see how we get on. Hello, sir. Just dropped off at Euston Station. That was from Charing Cross Road, and we're going to end it there, guys. That's some of the highlights of my shift today. Again, wasn't amazing, but as I said at the beginning, Saturday's not really my day. I can never get used to Saturdays due to the fact that, as you probably see in some of the video, there's quite a few closures because of protests going on. I think there's a stand up to racism protest on today, but it is what it is. Everyone's got their right to have their say, and it's very important we keep that. But I'm going to end the shift here, but what I'm going to do is a little treat for you knowledge boys and girls. I'm going to have a camera set up to my left, and I'm also going to have a camera my dash cam facing the road forward, so you can actually just get the real atmosphere and feel of what it's like driving around London as a London taxi driver. So the route I'm going to take is from Euston Station as I'm here, here's a nice little pointer, and we're going to go to Little Britain, which is just off of St Bartholomew's Hospital. And yeah, so if you follow me, and I think you'll really like this. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's taxi shift video. I tell you what guys, it's so good to be back, and I hope to bring you some more videos very soon. I think the next few videos are going to I'm going to start walking about and show you some interesting things around London, because London is what I have very much a passion for. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you've got any recommendations of what I can add to my taxi shift videos, it's very much recommended, welcomed I should say. But thanks for staying in touch, and hope to see you guys again soon. All the very best.